So, welcome. This is the first series of the Glenmoe tour of Manhattan going down Broadway. We are now at Marble Hill. So if you go back in time, this river right here did not exist. This river is now part of the Harlem River, In the past, Marble Hill, the Harlem River went around it. When we wanted to have a ship passage from the Harlem River to the Hudson River, we built a canal south of Marble Hill that went and built this new river. Then what our planners did is they took the Harlem River that was behind Marble Hill and they filled it in. So what is that? What would that look like? What it looks like is Marble Hill was part of Manhattan. Once they built the canal and they filled in the back side, Marble Hill now appears to be part of the Bronx, but it's still part of Manhattan. We're about to cross over the bridge that will take us from along Broadway and continue from Marble Hill further down into Manhattan. So we've walked into Inwood, which is the perceived northernmost location in Manhattan, and one of the first things you find is the Columbia University athletic fields. Right now we're looking at the field hockey field, we've got soccer fields, and over there we have the football field. So in the turn of the century there was an amazing mansion called the Seaman Mansion. It was very elaborate, a little bit over the top, but it was the level of mansion that would require a grand entrance. So as we stand here on 216th Street and you look over my head, you will see a replica of the Arc de Triomphe that was built as the entrance and the driveway up to the mansion.
Yes,
oh my
yeah.
gosh, it's got wood. But you can see the stonework of this. Okay, we can. So this gentleman has allowed us to come inside. As you can see, this is the stonework of the original arch that was the grand entrance to the Seaman Mansion. And now it's being used by these business owners to store their tires. We continue traveling south on Broadway and we come across these beautiful set of stairs. These stairs were built in 1915 and they connect Broadway up to Park Terrace East. They were built at a time when automobiles were beginning to be present, but most people still walked. And those would travel up to go into the beauty of the park. Also at the top here, at that time, were the still mansions. So we had the Seaman Mansion that we mentioned earlier, as well as the home of William Hearst. That beautiful place where he raised his children did become a Catholic school in time. So these beautiful steps had fallen into misuse, deterioration, and almost 100 years later, in 2014, they were renovated and built so that the community can use them, and they are beautiful. So we are now at 204th Street along Broadway, the Dyckman farm. So the Dyckman family ran a vibrant farm, apple trees, everything that you would expect. But during the Revolutionary War, they needed to flee when the British occupied this house. Not this house, because that house was burned to the ground. But after the war was over, they came back into Manhattan and they rebuilt the house. So this house dates back to the late 1700s. So over here to my right or left, there are actually cabins where German soldiers and shoe soldiers would live during the occupation. In time, the building and the house was donated by the Dyckman family to the city of New York. and it's been maintained. It is an amazing gift to Inwood. Inwood years ago was called Tubby Hook, and when the mansions of this time, such as Lord from Lord and Taylor, would come and have their train ride up to the station, the word Tubby Hook was probably not the most appropriate title. So the word Inwood began to take hold. So we've made it down to 200th Street, the equivalent, and we are about to leave Inwood and move into Washington Heights. Dyckman Street is the border. Let's go. We found this little garden between Broadway and Seaman that is a volunteer-only garden, and as you can see, the community is using it, loving it, and they take care of it. So we are continuing down Broadway, and we stopped at Malecon, which is pretty famous for its chicken, to get a cup of coffee. And across from Malecon is the United Palace. And as you can see, this is absolutely a unique, beautiful environment. It was built in 1929 by Thomas Lamb, who has built other amazing venues. But it was started as a Lowe's theater, one of their over-the-top wonder theaters. And then after 40 years, it was taken over by, Lowe's closed it, and it was taken over by Reverend Ike. And then Reverend Ike's family kept it until last year, until actually this year, 2018. And yet it always was rented out for venue, for rock concerts. And right now we're experiencing a small community event. But look around, it is beautiful. We've had an amazing day. We're at 169th Street and Broadway. We're not fully through Washington Heights yet, but we will next time. And right now, we're going down and taking the one back home. Chat soon.